in Matera. I arrived yesterday and it's stunning here. So Matera is the oldest city in Italy and it's all built within caves, so it's very, very old. I'm so excited to walk around the city, go to some of the churches. They're all like built within caves. I'm actually staying in a cave right now. Like, can you see this? This is a cave. That's why I booked this hotel, because I'm like, I want the proper cave experience. It reminds me a lot of Cappadocia in Turkey. I don't know if any of you have been to Turkey before, but Cappadocia, oh my gosh, one of my favorite places in the whole world. It's stunning. And also when I was in Cappadocia, I stayed within a cave. So Matera is reminding me so much of Cappadocia. So I love it already. I've got a few days here and I can't wait to take you with me on my journey through Matera. So Matera is actually in Basilicata, which is a different part of Italy, but it's on the border of Puglia. So I am here for a few days. I can't wait to take you with me and show you how beautiful, beautiful Matera is. This is somewhere that's always been on my bucket list. So I can't wait to take you with me and to explore how beautiful this ancient city is. I've tried to find a place where the wind is a little bit blocked so I can talk to you guys. I'm currently on my way to Casa Grata del Novo, which is an old cave house. So this is originally what the people would live in, or like, oh, hang on. Something's in my eye. Okay, this is kind of an original house of how the people would live when, you know, back in the day, because like I mentioned that this is the oldest town in Italy and it is a city built within caves. So this is like an original cave home, which I'm so excited about. I heard that this is like a must when coming to Matera. So let's check it out. One thing I love about Matera is that you can just get lost in the streets here. I think that's one of the main attractions about this city. It's just so beautiful. Like every corner that you turn is just like, wow, stunning. So it's really cool just following your intuition and seeing where it leads you. So I just came out of one of the cave churches called Santa Maria di Idris. Amazing. Like, I wasn't allowed to take any photos or videos in there, but it was so worth going to. I don't know, for myself, the colors of the artwork within the cave was stunning. I wish I could take photos, and it was really, really interesting, particularly because I am currently on a journey of reclaiming the divine feminine within myself, and even just learning about the history of the goddess, and I could see it in the cave. Like, this is one of the oldest cities in Italy, and it was so interesting to see how the feminine had been removed from the artwork of the cave. There was one painting of Mother Mary and Jesus, and a man's face, I think it was Saint Andrew, his face was planted, like painted over Mary's. And I found that really interesting, and I question why that is, why there is a man's face, you know, carved or painted on top of the mother. So it's really interesting to look at it from that perspective. I also ended up buying this picture, which was one of the paintings inside the church. And the reason why is because it had an explanation of this man here as John the Baptist, but there was no explanation to who this woman is. And from what I can tell from, you know, a book that I'm reading at the moment, this is Mary Magdalene, and she's holding the Holy Grail, which is that cup that you can see. And if anyone who's into the feminine, I'm doing a Mary Magdalene retreat in the south of France. I think I've mentioned it in a few weeks. I'm reading a book at the moment about Mary Magdalene and the Holy Grail, which is very much tied to her. And I found this painting very illuminating. What I'm finding is, particularly through the lens that I'm viewing the church at the moment on this trip to Europe, that there is so much, if you go looking for the evidence of the goddess within the church and the true history behind Christianity, you can easily find it, you know. And it's just interesting that there was no mention as to who this woman is. You know, there was a description of John the Baptist, but there was no description of this woman. And it's very curious, very illuminating. Can't always believe history is what I'm finding. So I had a busy morning visiting all the churches. I loved it. If you are in Matera, make sure, even if you're not a religious person, I really recommend visiting the cave churches. I visited 2 so far, and both of them were amazing. Like, just the artwork, you can tell there's just so much history there. So highly recommend that. Now I'm on my way to get lunch. It's about midday. I'm super hungry, and there's a restaurant that the guy that works at reception at the hotel that I'm staying at, he recommended, so I'm gonna head there. I have heard that they have all this traditional food, so I'm excited to eat some traditional food from Matera. I am so full. The food at La Pignata was amazing. Highly recommend. I tried things I wouldn't normally eat, but I knew were local, so I decided to give them a go. So one of the dishes I tried as an entree was the kind of like dried peppers like chili. Although it's not that hot, they were more sweet than spicy, but that was really tasty. I haven't had it like that, like served as an actual dish. And then after that I tried their famous dish called a Pignatella, and it was literally like kind of like a stew inside. It was covered with a bread, and it was really hot when they served it, and it was basically lamb, potato, mozzarella, and also this vegetable, I think it's called chicory, I don't know, like a spinach, but like local to Italy. It was so tasty. I'm feeling so full now, oh my gosh, like I don't normally eat that much lamb, but I had to because it was like one of the local dishes, but now I'm like, ugh. I think I have to walk it off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the afternoon. Probably just walk around the town, get some gelato, of course. It's almost time for ice cream, even though I'm so full, but you know, when in Italy, you have to eat. Mangia mangia, as my nonna would say. and welcome to day 2 in Matera. I'm so excited. I'm having the best time so far. I love staying in this cave hotel. It's awesome. I had an amazing breakfast again on the terrace overlooking beautiful Matera. It's stunning. I can't get over the view. Today I've decided, so when I was walking back to the hotel yesterday, I saw like a pathway. So there's the city of Matera, but then on the other side is just like beautiful hills or mountains, beautiful nature. And I saw there's a pathway and people were walking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. So today, so I'm going to go for a hike. I'm excited. I don't know how long it is. It's pretty early now. It's like 8:30 in the morning. So I'm going to go now before it gets really hot. But I'm excited. I love hiking. I love being out in nature. And I'm so excited because I hadn't planned this. I didn't even know you could go hiking in Matera. Like, I just stumbled across this pathway which like leads you down into, I don't know what you call it, like the bottom of the mountain, and there was like a bridge you can cross and go to the other side, and I'm so excited. So that's where I'm going today. So let's go. Found this cave, and yeah, I mean, this is, I don't think, the main attraction, but it's pretty cool, and it's nice just to have a little bit of a breather. If you are going to do this hike, it's quite steep, so it's definitely not one for like, look, I don't want to judge, but a lot of elderly people. It is steep, and it kind of, I'm just doing it in sneakers, you know, in my Nikes, but it's one of those hikes, you know, you would benefit from having actual hiking shoes because it's a little bit slippery and it is steep and there's not much to hold on to. So it's definitely a hike not for the faint at heart. It's not super duper hard, but definitely not the easiest that I've ever done in my life. Whoa. At the hotel, I had to come back and take a shower because I stunk. I was so sweaty and I was just like dying for a cold shower. So had a shower, changed clothes, feeling a bit more refreshed, been hydrating, drinking a lot of water because I didn't take a water bottle with me. The hike was about 2 hours. I'm going at like a moderate pace when I'm hiking, so yeah, it did probably 2 hours depending on the level of fitness and how slow and how fast you go. And there's lots of like different ways you can walk to see different caves, but it was really amazing. Like, the views were beautiful, and it was if you enjoyed this YouTube video, I absolutely loved, adored Matera. I think it's such a beautiful city. So if you're ever traveling in the south of Italy, then make sure you come and check out Matera. It is like such a hidden gem. There's not many people here. It's so romantic. Unfortunately, I'm here by myself. Would be nice to have a man with me, but anyway, maybe next time. But I'm seeing so many couples. It's a great place like for a honeymoon or just like a, you know, a romantic couples retreat. I don't know, I just think it's so stunning here, especially at sunset. But it's also fine if you're by yourself and you're a solo traveler like me. So the only thing is no one's here to take my photos, so I got to really rely on my self timer on my phone and my tripod. So that's the only downfall. But other than that, highly recommend Matera. It's amazing. So until my next video, I'm now going to be traveling to Sicily. I've never been to Sicily. I've always wanted to go. So my next YouTube video is going to be on just that. I'm catching the bus back to the airport in Bari, and then I'm catching a flight to Catania in Sicily. So I'm so excited. So stay tuned.